So let's take the next question, please.
My question is, how will you respond to someone who claims there is no proof to God's existence?
Can this person prove that God doesn't exist?
Yes.
See, this is one thing I find with more of these secular scientists or atheists and people who doesn't want to accept God. They say God doesn't exist, but they cannot prove that God also doesn't exist. They only say God does not exist, but they cannot also prove that God does not exist. All we have is the Big Bang theory, we have the evolution theory. But the Big Bang theory itself is depleted with many questions. Big Bang theory cannot answer the question of the beginning of life. All we have is that billions, about 14,000 or 13 billion years back, condensed gas just explode. Who plays that condensed gas there? If nothing cannot create something, that is what people fail to understand. There is no way nothing can create something. If nothing can create something, then that nothing has to have a definition. It can't be nothing. We have to give it a definition. What is that nothing? If there's no definition for nothing, that nothing is the battle of science. I mean, the battle of atheists. I keep telling atheists that if you cannot define this about theory, if you just said nothing, just out of billions of years, condense and explode and neglect everything, that nothing has to be your God. So, on the other way around, you are not believing in non-existence of God. You are believing in God. You just did not define this God. Because anything that can create himself and then create everything, that thing must be only the presence with the sense of science. Nothing can just come out of nowhere and just explode and then it all started having the universe. So science itself, it's just depleted with many questions. It can't explain the beginning of the universe. It can't explain it cannot explain the beginning of life. Evolution theory, it's a confused theory, confusion theory, nothing else. They say, oh, we have evidence of fossil records of something there and here. And there is no consistency in the archaeological discovery, in the artifacts, in all the discoveries. There's no consistency. Something will be discovered in India, something will be discovered in South Africa, something. There is no consistency. And the beginning of life, how did that evolution start? If you said we metamorphosis from Homo erectus, Homo habilis, Homo sapiens, then we finally become human beings. Who placed the first in there? How did that first one begin? And they don't have an answer to it. So on the other way around, the atheists, they don't have proof that God does not exist. So what I finally conclude or understand with atheists, if you go in deep conversation with them, you will realize that at some point they were offended at God because they prayed and God did not answer their prayers in the way they want, because they asked something and God did not give them the way they want. Then they become offended. They become angry and they try to deny his existence. But the fact that God did not answer your prayer the way you wish does not mean that he is invalid, did not mean that he does not exist. The fact that God did not give you what you want at the time you want does not mean that he is incapable, or does not even mean that he is not loving. But it means that he is protecting you, and it means that he knows more than you do. So when you look at logical reasoning, when you look at deductive and inductive logical reasoning, you will know that it makes more sense to believe in God than not to believe in God. Because now the deductive reasoning is all of these things within the Bible that prove God exists. When you look at deductive reasoning proves that within the Bible itself, historically, all the histories of the Bible aligns with all the archaeological discoveries, the artifacts, all of this. We have them and they keep proving the biblical narrative and historical records in the Bible. Now, when you look at the prophecies, there were more than 8,000 prophecies within the Bible, depending on how you count. But the more accepted or the widely accepted is about 1,820 something. That's the widely accepted prophecies in the Bible. And more than half of these prophecies fulfilled accurately, 100% accurate, achieving remarkable precision. So who has the power to know the future and give it, tell people, and it happens just like he said? This has to be a very, very serious person that knows about the future. We have many people who can predict, but nobody ever gave prophecies that happens like the Bible. The Bible gives prophecies and they occur or they fulfill with remarkable precision. Not 99%, not 89%, 100% accurate. A person that can do that means that that person is omniscience. He is omnipotence. He is omnipresence. He is omnipresence, meaning he is here now, he was there in the past, he is there in the future. So whatever he tells you, he knows it because he is in the future. Me and you, we are not there. He is omnipotence because he knows everything that we don't know. And he has the power. I mean, his omnipotence means he has the power to do what we cannot do. So the fact that he does not give us, in fact, if you closely cross-examine atheists, they just want to be like a remote control holding the remote to control God. God send down rain and then there will be rain. God kill my enemy and then the enemy dies. God destroyed this place. And if God did not do this for them, they will become very angry and annoyed. But God does not work like that. God is a loving God. He keeps his rain and sun to shine upon the wicked and the good. So he works systematically in a loving way. But atheists, they just want God to be like a magician who can kill people at your own risk. Who can, whatever they can do, if their magic can reach that, they will do at your own risk. God will not do that. God will give you anything on the permanent side that does not have side effect. But before you get his own that has no side effect, you have to be patient. And that patience is a virtue that atheists lack. So they concluded there is no God. So anybody that says that there is no God, let that person come and prove to me that truly there is no God. And let that person give me proper answer for the beginning of life, not theories. And you can even say that Big Bang theory is the beginning of life. No. Who placed that condensed gas over the billions of years there? Who placed the beginning of evolution? So I believe if people say that there's not enough evidence that to prove that, I believe they close their eyes from seeing the abundance evidence. Not that there is no evidence, it's just that they refuse to accept the evidence. Because if you look, everything is clear. Even from mathematics, you can prove God. I mean, who says that 1 + 1 is always 2? And it's 2 in India, it's 2 in Nigeria, it's 2 in America, it's 2 in Russia. Who says that 4 + 4 is 8? At least let there be contradictory. Let it be 4 + 4, 7 in Africa or 10 in other places. But the orderly, like the unchanging nature of mathematics and calculations means that there is an unchanging power ruling and governing the earth. The fact that every day is Monday to Tuesday to Wednesday, why can't we just randomly wake up and then today is Friday instead of, okay, today is Sunday. Why can't we just wake up tomorrow instead of Monday is Wednesday? It has never happened like that, and it will not happen like that. How can this be coincidence? See, this is where the atheists get it wrong. Coincidence does not make perfect things like this. There has to be a perfect designer, purposefully, willingly, deliberately. Somebody who is in his mind, in his conscious design, and I put the architectural design of the universe. If it is a coincidence, believe you me, we should wake up one day, a woman pregnant, giving birth to goats, a goat giving birth to a human being. There has to be random coincidence like this. But for the fact that it's always orderly, it's always following the rule of nature, it is always systematically, it follows the way it has been from the beginning. It means that the designer is not just a confused human. It's not just somebody who don't know what he's doing. So, yeah, thank you.